Recently, I spent a few days in Malacca trying out those restaurants and food stores that's recommended by a local friend. In these videos, I will compile all the restaurants that we have visited and try to provide as much unbiased and objective information as possible to you. Malacca is a historical city with a UNESCO World Heritage status. It has a rich history which is multicultural, with intermarriage between the local Malays and Chinese, and with a blend of Eastern and Western cultures. That's why the food in Malacca is unique, which is known as Nyonya cuisine, along with many other local food that is special. The first shop we visited was Popiah, Chong, 大众薄饼. That even though there's no aircon, there are more than 5 or 6 or 7 fans, and it's very cozy inside. And people are lined up. There are 2 lines over here. One is for takeaway and the other one is for walk-in. The place is very clean. It's only selling Popiah, nothing else. And they are making it on the spot. They are wearing hand gloves, very clean, very professional. They are also wearing a mask. There are 2 tables here, but most of the people won't be eating over here, and they will just take away, and that's how it goes. The Popiah skin is wrapped with lettuce and applied with some special sauce which is savory and also sweet. The main ingredient inside is dry tofu, some yam beans, and then some eggs, some pork crackers. We are eager to try it, and I believe that most of the ingredients can be replicated, but one thing pretty sure that is the sauce that they use. It must be their own secret recipe, which is very hard to replicate. If you do not want to queue up, you can in fact pick an order through your handphone. That is what we have done.
Wow!
It is quite nice, but if you compare with the one that we had in Ipoh, is different. The Ipoh one is more cracky and crunchy, but this one is slightly on the lighter side, but yet it is really a personal preference. You know, taste is something that is very hard to define. Our next destination is to try the famous duck noodles in Malacca, 大酥虾鸭面. Now we're at the duck noodle house, which is the second eatery that we visited. Even though the shop has already here for 15 years, it's still very clean. It seems that they might have repainted. There isn't any aircon, but it's quite cozy with fans. And this shop is only offer the duck noodles, nothing else, only one item, and you can understand why after you have tasted. The main ingredients are braised tofu, braised egg, and some shredded duck meat, some bean sprouts. The braising liquid is very nice. So when it mixed with the noodles or the dry vermicelli, it's very tasty. Putu piring is a dessert that is made with rice flour and palm sugar. That is gula Malacca as a filling. It's interesting to see that they're actually doing it right in front of the shop. It's really fresh. It is very nice, especially if it is being served hot, and they actually steam it on the spot. That's why it is still very hot when we had it. And they do not have any tables and chairs. It is 100% takeaway. So what I do is I put the ingredients into the cloth, and the cloth is right on top of a metal bowl. It is made with basically rice flour putting onto the metal plate, and then with the filling, which is primarily consists of palm sugar, and then steam it until it is cooked, and then before they serve it, top it with grated coconut. The rice flour is not very sweet, contrasting the much sweeter fillings that is made with the palm sugar, and the topping is essentially consists of grated coconut, which is slightly salty. If you come to Malacca, you cannot miss out to try chicken rice ball. So today we come to this Ichiban chicken rice ball store, which is halal. I know that there are a few more which is more famous in Jungle Street, but we have tried that before, so today we would like to give this a try. Let's go in. It is slightly different from those in Jungle Street. This is aircon, so we will be given an iPad. I've just spoken to the owner of the shop. As you said, this shop has already opened since 25 years ago. Overall, the food quality is quite comparable to those at Jungle Street. But in addition, they offer a better service and it's comfortable because it's aircon. The chicken is flavorful and tender, and especially nice if you eat it together with the ketchup or the sweet soy sauce that they provided, which is their own concoction. We are at Kalenti Art Cafe for dinner. And it is not only very rustic, it is a very creative way of doing it. And let me show you. This place has a very unique interior design in which there are pots and pans being fixed on a wall, and there are hundreds of cans, particularly those carnation evaporated milk cans hanging on the ceiling. They even use old vinyl records as part of the decoration. And lots of cans. I think these are carnation milk cans and many other types of cans stacked all over. Very unique place. It's highly recommended if you come to Malacca, come to this place and take a look. The rice comes with a whole piece of drumstick with Chinese mushroom, potatoes, and in a braised sauce that mainly comprises of soy sauce and some spices. And the way they cook it is a very traditional, very authentic. Nothing fancy, but really stick to the tradition. And for the Nyonya laksa, there's lots of coconut cream. It's not very spicy. There is red chilies and a tinge of taste of belacan. And for the food, I would say is moderately good, but I was actually drawn to the cafe's unique decoration than the meals themselves. My local friends recommended us to have dim sum in this Rong Mao cafe for breakfast. This traditional Hong Kong style dim sum store called Rong Mao. It is recommended by the locals. It's very traditional, and the way that they make is quite according to the traditional Hong Kong style. Taste is quite good, and they make it right in front of the shop. Very fresh. And he's the one who make it, and he's also serving it. And the store is, well, it is with how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, more than 10 fans. No aircon, but very cozy. The decoration is very old-fashioned, and I like it. Daily Fix Cafe is a cafe that is converted from a traditional Chinese shop lot and still maintain much of the original architecture and decorations. When you come in from the main road, you won't see the cafe because the cafe is actually inside the building, and the front part of it is actually like more like a souvenir shop. And so this is the daily fixed coffee and pancake of Malacca. It's established 2014. The architecture and also the design is very traditionally Chinese. It is a sewing machine. They actually convert the sewing machine to a table for me. Very interesting and unique. So the most famous item on the menu is their special pancake, which is made with pandan and served with shredded coconut that is cooked together with palm sugar. That's how it looks like. It is definitely a local hybrid with the Western cuisine. Pandan is not something that is commonly being used in Western cuisine, but this is the signature of what the local cuisine that is mixed together with the Western culture, especially in Malacca. Dapur Cucu is a store that offers authentic Nyonya Kueh. It is located about 15 minutes drive from the jogger walk, and it is housed in a standalone wooden house where all the kueh is made there. The Nyonya Kueh is renowned for its authentic flavor, and it attracts customers from far, even as far as Singapore, to place orders. We ordered some Nyonya Kueh on the way for a short hike at Bukit Beruang, and the onde was still warm when we received it, and the palm sugar filling actually oozed out to fill our mouth once we took a bite. It is amazing.
So I'm not mistaken, they have some streams and belacan, and this is definitely Nyonya Bacang. Only Malacca have Nyonya Bacang.
We returned to the town after our hiking, and we have lunch at Wild Coriander. It is a restaurant with elaborate decoration, serving authentic Nyonya cuisine. And like many other establishments, it is an old shop converted and has been refurbished, but it still retains the traditional setting and furniture. Really special, but it is a very traditional way of doing it. The presentation is nice. So this is a chicken rendang special that they recommend. It's chicken rendang. There are 4 different types of rice: white rice, nasi lemak, the blue one, and also the, what is this? Pulut. This is pulut. So there are all 4 different types of rice, and it comes together with some Malaysian salad, achar, some sauce, and an egg, and this is pineapple. So the main for this dish is certainly is the rendang, the chicken rendang. This is a kind of a dry rendang, not those rendang with lots of gravy. And I like this because the flavor is much more intense. It cooks very well. It must have been cooked for a long time, and the flavor is melt and deepened. So I believe that it has been there for at least a few hours, if not overnight. And I particularly enjoy the rendang because it is dry and has an intense flavor. It is a great spot to try all the Nyonya foods in Malacca. Before dinner, we went to Behle Hainam Satay. We never knew that there's so many people lining up at this satay house. They grill the satay just in front of the store. The ambient is very nice. Very traditionally Chinese. They close on Tuesday and is operating from 12:30 to 7:30 p.m. They use some very old utensils. They put it on the wall for decorations. The satay sauce is unique because it contains peanuts and also pineapple puree, which give it a slightly tangy and fruity flavor. So we have ordered 3 different types: pork, chicken, and also the pork intestine. It's quite different from the normal Malay satay. And it really lacks of those traditional herbs that is used in Malay satay, such as cumin, coriander. But I think they might have put in some basic Chinese ingredient. Even the sauce is also different from the Malay. I think this lack of lemongrass and galangal taste, but there are more. The taste is more clean, more subtle, and not that complex. For dinner during our stay on the second day, we had it at Putu restaurant. It is a Pakistani restaurant which serves Pakistani and Indian food. There is a large tandoor which is prominently placed at the entrance where fresh naan is prepared. And that reminds me of our trip to Pakistan 2 years ago. We tried chicken handi, chicken keema. Their biryani is superb. So we ordered chicken biryani, some tandoori chicken, butter chicken, some garlic naan, some potato curry, and a lamb dish. And overall, the flavor was excellent. The chicken biryani was the best, and the chicken was not only well marinated, juicy, but it is also not excessively charred, which happens in many other restaurants. We went to Pulau Besar near Malacca the following morning, and then we returned for lunch at Nyonya Delight. Nyonya Delight is a home-cooked restaurant converted from a traditional house which is just next to the main road. It is home-style with minimal decoration, and it makes me feel that we were eating with a local family.
This jinjaru sambal fish. Normally, the original jinjaru sambal fish, you just put the sambal stuff inside the fish. But here, they just put it on top, and I have to remove the skin. But the taste is alright.
Is it deep fried, right?
Yeah, they deep fry the fish.
Overall, it's the ambience that attracts me to come here, and I felt like I was having lunch with a traditional Nyonya family. For afternoon tea, we had it at the Stolen Cup. Stolen Cup is one of the many laid-back cafes in Malacca. There are many clocks hanging on the walls, and near to the entrance there is a giant alarm clock that is around at least 2 feet tall. We enjoy the croissants and the latte while listening to the traditional Chinese pop song way back to my great-grandmother's era. And certainly when we are in Malacca, we do not want to miss out the opportunity to have satay Celup. This time we want to explore a newer place with open air style at Ryan Kota Satay Celup. The skewers was neatly arranged in a large refrigerator. Ryan explained to us a specialty about his satay dipping sauce, how to make it, share with us some trade secret of how to prepare it.
香茅啦、南瓜啊，但是这些东西呢，Nyonya 的酱料就是好像比如说南瓜，它是要另外自己炒的，它不给掺混合一起炒。如果是这个 lemongrass，它也是要自己炒。所以就是说我们用油去炒到它干，好。直到它自己出本身的油出来，
都不能直接放去就煮，先要炒它，炒香了它干了，
等它的油出来，我们才一起再炒多一次然后就再放花生，再去炒，炒完之后我们再用Malacca煮出来的糖水再放进去滚绝对不可以用好像白开水烧水一定要用Malacca的水，一定，所以我们就会加OK， 我会加花生 OK，
too rich， 哇
所以我们的花生呢，我们都是每一次都是炒一拱一拱这样出来，我们不是炒多放在container，然后你们要吃我们在那边捞。
So we returned to Kuala Lumpur, and actually after a week later we came back to Malacca for certain reason, and we tried the food at 2 more restaurants. For lunch we had it at Atlantic Nyonya. This is the signature pineapple rice, chicken rendang, okra with sambal, and a dessert. Let me try one by one. This pineapple fried rice is different from the one that we normally get it from the Thai restaurant. Fish cake. This is gohyang or the lobak. And it's the meat roll with Chinese fine spices powder. And they have some shrimp, which seems like pan-fried, and meat floss. So there are 4 main ingredients: meat floss, fish cake, the shrimp, and the meat roll. The rice itself does contain some nuts, cashew nut, raisins. Very good combination. Very much different from other kinds of pineapple fried rice that we had in other places. Then we have the okra. The okra seems like just parboiled or just blanched, and it really depends on to the topping. Mainly made with, I think there's some belacan inside. Definitely red chili, fresh red chili, dried shrimp, and plenty of lime juice. It has a very strong flavor and it matches very well with the plain flavor of the okra.
But the okra is very crispy.
The deeper I dig, the more pineapple chunks I got.
It's really one of the dishes you must try here. It's really good. So different.
So let's try the rendang chicken. This rendang chicken. This rendang chicken has more gravy than the other one that we tried at Wild Coriander. Very tender. Taste-wise, it's on the mild side. Not very spicy. So for those who can't take hot food, it's a good choice. If they cook it slightly longer or make it slightly drier, the taste will be different. But again, it's individual. I mean, if you like that way, that that's the way it goes. Some people do not really want it to be too dry. They prefer to have a little bit of a gravy so that it can go well with the rice instead. This cafe has retained the interior decor of a traditional Chinese shop lot, and they serve Western cuisine, local Nyonya cuisine, and particularly famous for their pizza. The cafe mainly plays some English songs from the 60s and 70s, and that evokes a sense of nostalgic feelings, which I feel that I'm traveling back in time to my teenage years. The pizza crust was very crispy, and the flavor of the cheese and the garlics are all very good, perfectly balanced. The sambal is special because this is vegetarian lemak, and I don't think they put anything that is of animals or seafood origin, so there is no anchovies inside, and it is a little bit to the savory side, less sugar, and the flavor is more intense. It's clearly written on the menu on the first page that they do not use monosodium glutamate, they do not use either any artificial coloring either. That's all the 16 restaurants and eateries that we visited during my 2 visits to Malacca recently. If you want to try the food in Malacca, come over here. You won't be disappointed with the varieties and the local specialties that you cannot find anywhere else. I hope you will enjoy watching these videos, and I will put all the addresses of the restaurants that we have visited in the description box below this video. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next travel vlog.